Welcome back to Mumboscollectos. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beauty to store and display your Lego minifigures for under $20 and only using 3 pieces. So let's get into it. Here's the 3 pieces that you'll need. One Shadowbox frame that is 25 by 25 centimeters. This is the Santa head frame by Ikea. This cost me only $10. They sell them in white, black, and now also a tan color. Then you'll need a base plate. This is 25.5 by 25.5 centimeters. This is by Anko, which is a Kmart brand. This is only $3. Kmart sells these ones in green, grey, tan, or blue. And the most important piece is this one right here. I bought these off DASHBRICK. You can see there's still official Lego pieces. DASHBRICK is an Australian company. I'm in Australia, so much cheaper for me to buy off them. They do sell worldwide as well. They call them the inverted Lego bracket 1x2 by 2x2. So as a price recap, we have one Ikea frame for $10, one Kmart Anko base for $3, 12 of the brackets from DASHBRICK for $2.04, plus the shipping, which was $4.90. All up, that's only $19.94. All right, let's build this thing. So the first thing we need to do is unbox the frame. Then we take the back off. You'll see the plastic window has this plastic covering on both sides. We'll take that off later just so we keep the dust off the glass. Next, we have to open the base plate. And if you remember, the Santa head frame was 25 by 25 centimeters, whereas the Anko base plate is 25.5 by 25.5. So we need to cut this down to fit this frame, which basically means we need to cut one row of studs this way and one row of studs this way. Done. So I've cut off this strip here and this strip here. Now, I didn't do too bad a job of cutting that. Pretty straight, actually. I'm really surprised. I do have some rough edges here and here, but that doesn't matter because the beauty of the Shadowbox frame is they have the spacer in here. So once you put the base plate inside, you don't even see the edges. The next step is to put this wherever you want on the base plate. And every set is different. These Marvel ones that I'm going to put in this frame, I want to have them on their dynamic stand posing. I'm just going to attach this to these 2 end studs here. So hopefully that's a clearer shot. If I had this flush against the base plate, I wouldn't be able to put him in the dynamic pose. The good thing about Lego is you can connect these exactly how you want. That's why I like to have the base plate so I can move them around. I'm going to put the rest of the pieces on here and I'll be right back. All the figures are now in place, and if you recall, this base plate was originally 25.5 centimeters squared, but that wouldn't fit the frame. So we cut off one row of studs from these 2 edges. So now this base plate is 31 studs on both sides. And you can't really divide 31 by 2 evenly. So what I've done is I've spaced the brackets out as evenly as I could. These 2 brackets here are 5 studs from the edges with 4 studs in between these 2 figures. And then the middle column has 5 studs. This bracket starts 10 studs from the edge. This one is also 10 studs from this bracket. And this one here is 9 studs from this bracket with 2 studs away from the edge. Let's look at this standing up. Even though the figures are not 100% evenly spaced, I think this still looks pretty good. You can see the characters that have the extra accessories, they just clip straight onto the baseboard. However, some of the accessories are like this book, Goliath and Wolverine's extra hair pieces, they can't really clip in. So what you can do is just put some blue tack on the back and attach it like so. Just like that. Now, the only figure I couldn't get the dynamic pose on is the witch here. It's just because she has such a large base and the dynamic pose just didn't work. If you saw my video here, then you'll see how much trouble I had with that. But I'm happy just to have her standing normally without the dynamic pose. Let's get this into the frame now. We're now going to take the dust protector off the plastic. And we're going to be very careful not to put any fingerprints on this, though you can clean it later. Then we take the other side off as well. And then pop the plastic into the frame. Next, we put the spacer back in. And then very carefully put the base plate with the figures on the back. This frame came with a mat board, so I'm just going to put that on the back as well, just to give it a bit of padding. And then we put the backing on. And just push down all the pins to hold it in place. Ta-da! All finished. What do you think? I love these. Both under $20 to produce. I did it by myself. Pretty much easy steps. Very affordable. They look good. Dust can't get inside them. You can display them so you can see them clearly. Well, they're going to be safe, protected. With these frames, you also have the option of hanging them on the wall. As you can see here, they have this hook attachment, or they have the standard flap thing so you can sit them on your desk. But I think for me, I will hang these on the wall so they are displayed properly in a safe manner. My kids with little fingers can't get onto them. These are going to look great on my wall. Marvel Studios displayed in their dynamic poses, whereas Dungeons and Dragons are all standing straight up. But the good thing about this is, because we're using the base plate backing, you can arrange these, customize these exactly how you want. I made both of these for just under $20, but if you wanted to buy all Lego branded items, you can just go to their website and pick out the different pieces. I'll put the link in the description below. But Lego stuff from their website, the shipping can be quite expensive, but it's up to you guys. You can customize these however you want. So what do you think? Are you going to try this at home? If you do, leave me a comment below to let me know how you went. This is under $20 for each frame, so you can't really go wrong with that, as there are more expensive options out there, let me tell you. If you found this video useful, please consider liking and subscribing, because it really helps me out and helps me to keep making more videos like this for you. If you watched this video all the way to the end, thank you. You are very much appreciated. I've got more Lego videos coming up in future, but until then, you can always watch this one up here, or for something different, why not check out this video that I made. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and until then, happy hunting! Woohoo!